Before the ships came, the sun did not rise over Africa, it was born there. Every morning it crawled up from behind the mountains of Ethiopia, spilled golden across the Sahel, and warmed the great rivers, the Niger, the Congo, the Nile, until they shimmered like hammered copper. The continent breathed. It had always breathed. Long before any foreign eye ever squinted at its coastline, Africa was already old, already wise, already magnificent. In the kingdom of Mali, scholars walked the dusty streets of Timbuktu with manuscripts tucked under their arms, books on mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and law. The great Sankore University stood proud, its mud-brick towers reaching toward heaven. Students came from across the known world to learn here, not to teach Africa, to learn from her. Further south, the stone walls of Great Zimbabwe rose without mortar, without blueprints, without a foreign hand. Each rock balanced on the next with such impossible precision that centuries could not shake them loose. A civilization had built a city in the hills and called it home. They traded gold with Arabia, silk with China, spices with India. They had maps, they had markets, they had kings. On the West African coast, the Yoruba counted stars and gave them names. The Ashanti wove kente cloth in colors that told stories, each pattern a proverb, each thread a memory passed down like a whispered prayer. Mothers taught daughters, fathers taught sons. The village was not just a place, it was a living thing, a breathing, arguing, laughing, grieving organism, and every person inside it had a purpose. Cattle grazed on the open savanna, children chased each other between the acacia trees. Elders sat in the shade and settled disputes with words, not weapons. There was war, yes. Africa was never without conflict, for no people on earth have ever been. But there was also diplomacy, alliance, ceremony, and peace. There were laws older than Rome. There were courts older than England. The land gave and the people received, and they gave back in return. They were not waiting to be discovered. They were not lost. They were not standing in darkness, holding out their hands for light. They were home. And then, one quiet morning that looked like every other morning, the kind of morning where a fisherman yawns and wades into the shallows, where a woman hums while she braids her daughter's hair, something appeared on the horizon. White sails. The fisherman shielded his eyes and stared. He did not yet know what was coming. None of them did. But the continent had been whole once. It had been whole. And that is the story that must be told first, before all the others.